Did you know about 8 out of 10 people want to eat healthier in the United States? And since you clicked this video, I'm guessing that you are one of them. Today, I'm going to give you the easiest method for creating healthier meals. I'm going to show you a couple of recipes that I think are super yummy and do an excellent job of kind of showing a very well-balanced meal that's going to be getting all of those good components and limiting maybe some of the not so great components. We want to find the protein, the healthy fat, the fiber, and making sure that we are limiting those added sugars. So the first step is a sheet pan dinner. It's an easy dinner that you just throw a bunch of meat and veggies on and then cook up some whole grain. I'm going to be using quinoa for that. And then you just kind of toss it all together and you've got a simple, easy meal. So I'll show you how I do that here. So the first component that you always want to have when you're making any meal is a source of protein. Protein should be a high priority in our diet because there are so many things in our body that are made up of proteins. A lot of things that have important functions to helping us work properly are made of protein. Another thing that's made of proteins is your muscle mass. And muscle mass is incredibly important for helping to keep your metabolism high because it burns a lot of energy just having muscle. Some examples of proteins are going to be things like meat, poultry, seafood, dairy products. Any of animal products in general are going to be higher in protein, but you can also get some great protein sources from plants. So you can get it from beans, lentils, chickpeas, nuts, peas. All of those are higher in protein, and so they can be a great thing to supplement your protein intake with in your diet. The next component you're going to want to make sure you have is a healthy fat source. This is important for several reasons, but I'm going to just mention two of them that I think are really important. The first is that fat helps you feel fuller for longer. That's called satiety, and so eating more fat will help you feel more full, so that way you're not going to be eating nearly as much because you still feel full. The second thing with fat is that as you take in more fat, your body is not going to have an insulin response to fat. Insulin is a hormone in your body that helps to move sugar around, and so when we eat fat, it doesn't affect insulin, and so that can be a great thing if you have a disease that stems from insulin resistance. Using more fat in your diet is actually going to help you to become more insulin sensitive because it won't be increasing that hormone in your blood. Some examples of a healthy fat would be avocado oil or olive oil, coconut oil, or any sort of animal fat. So whether that's bacon grease or lard or tallow, all of those are going to be great sources of a healthy fat that your body's going to be able to digest and utilize to keep you full and to help regulate your hormones. The second recipe I'm going to show you is a sweet and sour pork recipe that I have not yet tried, so I'm going to be trying it for the first time on this video, but it looks so good. So I have no doubt it'll be a great staple to add into our dinner routine, but you'll be able to see all of the different components in that meal as well. So here is the sweet and sour pork. Next up, we want to make sure that we are always incorporating some sort of fiber into our diet. Most people do not get anywhere near enough fiber, and so we want to make sure that we are having a diet that is rich in fibrous foods. This is important for us because it helps with feeding the good bacteria in our gut. Like when they're talking about your gut microbiome, this is what they're talking about. This is helping to feed that good bacteria so that it can do its job. As we have better gut health, we're actually going to be feeling a lot better from head to toe. So whether that's mental health or physical health, your gut microbiome actually affects all of you. And so having those fibrous foods helps us to make sure that we get enough, obviously vitamins and minerals and other nutrients, but it also feeds that gut microbiome. I always like to include things like fruits and vegetables to my meals. Getting whole grains, like actual real whole grains, those are going to be the things that are going to give you that source of fiber. last thing I'm going to mention is another group. We're going to call it the carbohydrate group, but specifically added sugar. We want to make sure that we limit added sugar. And the reason is, well, there's a few reasons, but the first reason is if you eat more than 24 grams of added sugar per day, your body doesn't need that much sugar. And so it has all this extra sugar, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna store that sugar in your fat cells. So if you are trying to lose weight, if that's part of your health goals, then eating more added sugar is going to counteract your weight loss efforts, because it's just gonna be adding more fat than losing the fat that you are trying to lose. So keep that in mind. The other thing with added sugar and just sugar in general is that it increases that hormone called insulin. And so insulin's job is to either move the sugar into our cells so that it can burn it for energy, or it will move it into the fat cells to store. So we really want to limit the added sugar that we're intaking on a daily basis, keeping it under that 24 grams of added sugar. So check your labels on things to see what added sugar is hiding in your food. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along in the kitchen with me, kind of seeing how we can really make these meals healthier by incorporating those 4 components of protein, healthy fat, fiber, and then limiting those added sugars. We're going to be getting some really nutrient dense meals, and that's always going to be the goal. As we eat more nutrient dense food, we're going to be feeling so much better. We're going to be able to help our bodies become more insulin sensitive, which can help reverse tons of chronic diseases that it's linked to, and ultimately enjoy real whole food with our families, being able to probably save money, let's be honest, because eating out is so expensive these days. So eating at home, learning to cook at home really helps with the budget, and you can get some really great meals out of it too. So hopefully that was really helpful. Let me know if there's anything like this that you're interested in seeing. Go ahead and subscribe if you really like these kinds of videos. I have tons of content planned to help you on your health journey.